Hello, my celestial beings. This is Mystic Storm here to clear a path to a new life with you. If you're new, welcome to the family. I pray that this weekly essence intuitive guidance reading blesses you and you're able to gain guidance for the week of October 12th through the 18th, 2020 and beyond, okay? And beyond. And if you're already a part of the Celestial Tribe, you already know the deal. We back with another one, okay? All right. So this week is packed with some, I would say goodies. How you want to take it, because we have Mercury retrograde, which begins on Tuesday, October 13th at 8:05 p.m. Central Time, and then we have the Libra new moon following that on October 16th. That's Friday at 2:30 p.m. Central Time. Okay. So I hope you all had a wonderful week last week, and I would love to know if you did some releasing during the last quarter of the moon cycle. Personally, I'm gonna be honest, the whole week I was dealing with one particular situation that I released on the Aries full moon. It was replaying in my mind, aka my lingering cough. If you don't know what I mean by that, you should go check out the last week's weekly essence, which was, what was the title? Release Old Ways of Life. Okay, so make sure you check that out. Okay, so but as the situation arises in my head, I will release it and come back to the present moment. So as the days were leading up to the last quarter moon in Cancer, I envisioned myself doing another burning bowl ritual, but something happened actually minutes leading up to the official time of the last quarter moon that completely changed my perception. So I was scrolling down Instagram, and one of my college friends had shared this song by Samote. I don't know if you all have heard of him. The title of the song was called I Forgive. And what really caught my eye was the album cover. It was kind of like, it was head, and it was like silhouette, like a whole bunch of them. And it was very like psychedelic, I would say. So that really caught my eye, and my intuition told me to look up the song. Y'all, when I tell y'all I played that song 3 times to release, and it was like, wow. Like, cause it was crazy, cause you can tell that this guy has been brought up in the church. It was very praise and worshipy, and that's what it just spoke to my spirit, because some of the parts was hey, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. It was very like, oh, come on, y'all, just lift up your hands. And then the bridge, it was like, I let go, I release all that goddamn energy. I let go, I release all that goddamn energy. It was like, I'm playing the drums. Y'all know. So needless to say, I was in there just by myself in my living room, just going in, just singing it full blast. Didn't care if the neighbors heard me. It was okay. So I realized that we can do all the releasing rituals we want, but if it's not coupled with forgiveness, our hearts if we don't have forgiveness in our hearts, it won't be effective. Forgiveness helps us truly let go and frees our mind from the imprisonment that we put ourselves in. Okay? So with that being said, we need not worry about past traumas or if similar situations are lurking in the corners, because we are divinely protected. I would say that continuing your relationship with your ancestors, your spirit guides, and source is vital at this time, because we all we all need this to know that we are protected and guided by the divine, because they want to instill abundance and prosperity for us. A great way to connect with your spiritual team is allowing them to assist you in setting your intentions or goals for the Libra new moon that's happening this upcoming Friday. As we enter this next moon phase, having clear goals and presenting them to the universe will put them in motion to materialize in your world. So you might ask, what should we focus on manifesting? So with the sun and the moon conjunct in Libra, which when the sun and moon are in conjunction, that's what creates a new moon. They're in the 8th house, so we should focus our intentions on, but not limited to, okay? With the Libra's basic energy, this balance, justice, protection, love, beauty, social life, and relationships. And with the 8th house energy, we have sex, death, letting go, and regeneration or transformation, okay? The Libra, a new moon, and the sun in Libra are opposition with Mars retrograde in Aries. There may be a sudden impulse to cut cords from situations due to the current tension that may be happening with your relationships, romantic or platonic. Remember that we'll be in Mercury retrograde currently in the sign of Scorpio, so that might be harder than usual to effectively communicate with your partner, friends, or colleagues. So even though you might be ready to go off and throw in the towel, you might regret it come next month when Mercury goes direct, okay? So make sure you take some time to reflect and think about what you should say before you go off the deep end, okay? So the sun and moon in Libra and Mars retrograde in Aries, they're all squared with Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. We should watch out for feelings of self-doubt, worthlessness, and insecurity, okay? If these emotions or anything similar arises, remember, you are divinely protected, okay? And that you can get through any obstacle that comes your way with grace and dignity, okay? A plus side to these difficult aspects is that Mercury retrograde in Scorpio in the 9th house is opposition Uranus retrograde in Taurus in the 3rd house. 9th house deals with philosophy, higher education, religion, publishing, traveling, and law, while the 3rd house deals with communication, mental activity, learning, and siblings. So even though the opposition is viewed as an obstacle or challenge, you might uncover some things or have aha moments, with that light bulb that clicks in your mind to make that connection to something that you've been studying. This will be a great time to revisit a course or start back studying an interest that you put on the back burner. You may find it easier to retain the information this go round, okay? So our relationships, now romantic, platonic, our relationship with certain food or with health or with anything, our relationship with anything may really take a hit this week due to Venus and Virgo in the 7th house, opposition Neptune retrograde and Pisces in the 2nd house. With the desire to perfect our partnerships, we may be hyper-focused on what the other person brings to the table. We may feel like it isn't enough and nitpick in order to achieve our fantasy of what a balanced relationship should look like. However, this is where awareness plays a huge part. We must know that relationships are not perfect. They take work, communication, and compromise. Okay? Can someone attest to that, please? Before you step to your partner with any accusations, make sure you do some self-evaluation and reflection first. What do you bring to the table? Is it an equal give and take? Do you show up even when times are hard? Do you fully express yourself? Remember the times when your partner reciprocated these actions, and if they have, know that you already have a personalized balance in place. So also know that these are trying times and that you all can get through this because Neptune retrograde in Pisces is sextile with Jupiter and Pluto, while Venus is also, it's in a trine with Jupiter and Pluto. The tension you may feel is the transformation and expansion that is taking place in your relationship dynamics. I don't feel that the relationships, whether romantic or platonic, or the current relationships you have been establishing with certain things, okay, they don't need to end, because if that were the case, this would have already been revealed to you during the Aries full moon and the last quarter moon in Cancer. With change comes tension, but when you get through the tension, there's always a sigh of relief. Know that you and your partnerships are divinely protected, okay? Divinely protected, and that you all can get through any challenge. So to conclude the astrology portion of the weekly essence intuitive guidance reading, know that the tension you're feeling now is and how you want to express yourself is currently just the present energy. This is not the time to make any hasty decisions. Instead, take a step back, reflect, and see what you bring to the table so that your relationships can flourish. Also, know that through obstacles and challenges that you are divinely protected, and that you and your partnerships can and will prevail. Okay? Okay. Let me know how y'all receive this message here. Are y'all going through any tension, any feelings of like self-doubt when you're trying to approach a task? Because I'll be honest with y'all, it took me a minute to come on here today. I was just like, whew, okay, let's do it. And it was just like, it was some doubt, some fear creeping in, like, you already late and, you know, you might as well not do it. But it's like, no, I've already prepared this stuff. Like, let's get it, let's go. So I had an obstacle with recording this video. So if I can get through this, you can get through your obstacles too, okay? Not saying that, oh, she did a video, you know, I can do anything. But no, there's obstacles approaching tasks every day, especially, you know, sometimes for me, being honest. So just make sure, if I can do it, if someone else can do it, you can do it. Put your mind to it, you got it, okay? So we're going to get into the Oracle and Tarot portion to see how, you know, what other messages Spirit has for us. I'm very excited. I'm ready for this guidance for this week because a lot of energy shifting and we need it, okay? We need it. So let's get into it. All right, let's begin with the tarot. We're going to do the good tarot this week. Let's see what messages Spirit has for us. Queen of Air at the top of the deck. I love it. Wisdom. Boundaries. Spirit, what messages, what guidance do you have for the collective for this week? What guidance do we need? What do we need to bring into our awareness? No, it's too many cards. Okay. Thank you. 10 of Earth in reverse. Monday. I'm taking this. The World on Tuesday. Okay. Wednesday energy. King of Air in reverse. And then this King of Earth, I keep saying it, I keep seeing it. I'm here and take it for Thursday. Okay. All right. Let's take a pause here. So with the 10 of Earth here in reverse, I feel like this is where that feeling of self-doubt and worthlessness and insecurities might pop up. You have been working so hard, but I don't feel like you or we have been seeing the recognition that we feel like we deserve right now. There's still some things that have to be done. And I feel like a part of it is because we aren't as connected as we should be with spirit. The world is here. The world is all about oneness, right? Oneness within yourself, oneness with your connection with other people, oneness with the universe, with God, with the source, with the all, okay? That unlocks the key in order for you to manifest, in order for you to see material things in this world. So I feel like our faith has been tested because we aren't seeing the results we want to do. There's a scarcity here. We feel like we have worked so hard to have an abundant life, so hard to be prosperous, so hard that we deserve all that we have coming to us. But since we can't really see it right now, or there might be extra work that we have to do, because 10 is also, there is endings and completion. So we might have completed one step of a multiple step journey. Okay? And we tired. To be honest, we are tired. But we cannot give up faith. Okay? The world card is here. The world is what you make it. You have to shape your reality. Okay? Again, you unlock the key to the life that you want. All right? So Wednesday, there might be some conflict here. Oh, and Tuesday is when Mercury goes retrograde, by the way. So Wednesday's energy, we have King of Air in reverse. And I feel like this is where Mercury is starting to get to us, okay? There's not as much clarity as we once had, okay? And this is where we might, the shadow side of the King of Air, he can use his logic and his wit, his intelligence in order to manipulate and trick people. So this necessarily, honestly, isn't that bad of a thing. As long as you're not cussing out nobody, you know, it should be fine. But the shadow side is you know what you're doing. It's like southern, I don't know what they call it, southern sassiness or whatever. Like you saying one thing, but the whole undertone is completely different. So you might get a little sass on Wednesday, or you might be a little sassy on Wednesday. So make sure you watch out for that. So again, with this King of Earth here, this is giving me so much Emperor vibes. So much Emperor vibes. And this is saying that we have, I'm hearing we have the knowledge, because I'm looking at like the antlers on his crown. We have the knowledge that we need in order to build up our wealth, build up our prosperity. But to do that, we have to be persistent. We have to be consistent. We also have to continue to work towards our goals and not give up. You think the King of Earth gave up? I bet he had to fight. He had to fight for what he believed in, fight to provide, and fight to make a way for him and his family. So it's just like, think about that. Like, don't give up, because when you give up, you're literally giving up on all that you have envisioned. Okay? All right. Let's continue Friday through Sunday. Okay. I'm taking it. 4 of Fire. That's good. Yes, 4 of Fire. Okay, Emperor came out. Emperor came out in reverse. Yep. All right. All right, and Ace of Earth in reverse. Okay. So we talked about limiting beliefs. I believe in the last weekly essence, release old ways of life. I feel like there's some lingering beliefs on our perception around prosperity and abundance and money, currency. One thing that I'm learning is that I'm personally fixated on what I have in the bank, or how can I get through the week. I mean, it's strategizing, it's budgeting, but at the same time, you're not, or I'm not, opening myself up to receive blessings. And I'm saying that, but I have received blessings. Like, when I didn't have as much as I anticipated, you know, and I'm not like a heavy spender or anything like that. I'm literally just, you know, paying my bills and that's it, pretty much. But, you know, money would come up in my bank account unexpectedly for like good driver. You know, being a good driver, here's some money back. Or, you know, my partner was just like, yo, just tell me when you need something, and I'm good. And that's being like prideful in a sense for me, because it's like, well, I'm trying to do this on my own. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to be independent. But then again, you forget you're in a relationship, and it, you know, y'all doing this thing together. So limiting beliefs on abundance and prosperity is definitely here. It's still lingering. It's something that isn't going to, you know, it's not a one and done thing. This is something that's rooted inside of us. Definitely work with root chakra, okay, and crown chakra, because we have to have that faith. All right. So Friday energy, we have 4 of Fire. This is celebration. This is because the 4 of Wands is usually like celebration, marriage, all this stuff. But you see just this person here, I feel like you're celebrating the fact that you are being creative and you're standing in your power. So I feel like by the weekend, you're ready, like, okay, I got this. I can get my sacral chakra popping, okay, type thing. And you might continue working on your craft. Now, Saturday's energy with the Emperor in reverse, this, again, we need to work on rooting ourselves and knowing that we are secure. And if you don't feel that you are secure, what steps that you need to take in order for you to feel secure, okay? So, and I kind of touched on the limiting beliefs with the Ace of Earth. So I feel like, whatever you're working on, if you don't feel like it's going to bring you abundance and bring you prosperity, currency, then it won't. It won't. That's what's blocking you. You're working on this. This makes you happy, but you don't believe that you can make money off of it. So you have to rethink that, especially King of Air. You have to rethink that, come up with a more logical way on how you can get this coin and work towards that in order for you to reach the world, okay? So because we're all connected. How can you reach out to everyone and obtain and exchange energy in the form of currency, okay? That's what this is about. All right. So we're going to get into the oracles now. We're going to do the soul cards first. Spirit, what messages do you have from this deck that will clarify what is already on the table? Any clarification that you have for us, any confirmation that you have for us? Okay. Interesting. There we go. Okay, I see it now. This is, if you can kind of tell, this is a person here. Oh my goodness, taking a leap of faith. Because they're on a cliff and they're about to leap, but I feel like they're trying to go back. Like, do you see that? Like, they're on the cliff. They got one foot out, but they still are here. And the red here is the root chakra. So it's just like, are you feeling secure within yourself and having that faith, having that leap of faith to step out and make these changes in order for you to succeed and prosper? Whatever you're holding on to is no longer for you. Or this is your fear here. Fear of failure. Fear of people calling you out, or, you know, being authentic and criticizing you and all this stuff. There's where the insecurity is lying. But you have to take, and we have to take the leap of faith to continue this journey. Do you trust that your soul's mission will support you? Do you trust that Spirit is here to protect you? Faith can move mountains. This is beautiful. This is exactly, wow. Wow, and I haven't seen that card in the soul card deck. But something told me to grab that deck. Okay. So next we're going to get into the Black Moon astrology cards. Okay. Spirit, what additional messages do you have for us for this week with Mercury retrograde, with the Libra new moon? What is it? What we need to know? Okay. Yes. Jupiter return. Benefits. Okay. Yes. And then at the bottom of the deck here was Uranus genius. So use your knowledge in order for you to have this expansion, to have this growth. Benefits. Like, when I think about benefits, I'm thinking about work. Like, what benefits are you going to get from working at an employment? You know, getting employment. Are you going to have dental? Are you going to have a 401k? Are you going to have, you know, paid time off? Spirit is saying, put in the work, take the leap of faith, and watch the benefits come. You hear me? Watch the benefits come up. 4913, divine feminine, also produces to force stability. You will be supported because you are protected. Okay? Wow, I love it. I flipping love it. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna keep pushing on that because we got the Queen of the Moon Oracle to close us out. And if you haven't already, I do invite you to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click that notification bell so you can continue to get content from this beautiful, growing, and insightful channel. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I pray that, you know, these readings are able to give you guidance and give you encouragement and inspiration, okay? So let's get into it with the final message from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. What messages, what guidance do you have for us to close out this reading, Spirit? What do we need to know? Thank you. Wow. Whew. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Surrender. Surrender. We have to surrender. Take that leap of faith. Lay your burdens out. Know that you are divinely protected. Create a bond. Create a relationship with your spiritual team. And watch how your life will expand. How you will gain these benefits. Wow. 26/8. Transformation. The change will happen once you let go. Once you surrender. Once you surrender. You know, I said that, you know, you might not need to release, you know, still, but there might be some releasing you need to do because Libra is all about balance. So you probably have to let something go in order for it to obtain balance. So this is what you have to let go of. Being prideful. Being in a space where you don't feel like you're trapped. Surrender and open yourself up to receive. Open yourself up to receive. Because if you're closed off, you will miss your blessings. You will miss them. Okay? So, let me read the illumination from this deck. Where is it? Okay. 26. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. Let go of what you no longer need. Stop being so stubborn and holding on to aspects and behaviors that don't align with who you are now. Stop struggling. I let go. I surrender my struggle. I allow the universe to work through me. And it says, it took me a long time to realize that surrendering was a positive thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean that giving up kind of surrender. I mean the, okay, it's time for me to hand this over type of surrender. For those of us who are highly independent and used to doing things quite ably on our own, admitting we need assistance or that we might indeed have to let something go for our betterment can be challenging. Letting go and surrendering admits or exposes a vulnerability or two. To surrender, we may need to show our underbelly. We may need to admit we got it wrong, made a mistake, grew a bad habit, surrounded ourselves with people that are not good for us. It can make us feel raw in our realization. Remember, this moon phase is dark and beautiful because it says the waning crescent 3. It casts a protective shadow that allows us to be as wide open as we need to be to do our work. We reveal safely to only the divine in ourselves, and then the light returns. So the companion stone is orange calcite. Okay, so this is funny because it's just like we talked about protection. You know, we are divinely protected. Hand it over. Hand those burdens over, surrender, and watch how everything clears up. Okay, so this is what we have. I'm flipping, like, this is definitely medicine for me, y'all, for real. It's definitely meds. So I hope that y'all gain guidance for this week. I love you all, because we clearing paths to a new life. We just have to surrender. We have to let go so we can receive. Okay, take that leap of faith. We got it. All right, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.